the invisible success frequency, how the 0.1% billionaires think. Let me ask you something that will fundamentally expose the difference between the wealthy and the ultra-wealthy. What if I told you that there exists a success frequency so refined, so sophisticated, that only the top 0.1% of billionaires know how to access it, and that this invisible frequency operates on principles completely unknown to ordinary millionaires and entrepreneurs? What if I told you that Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk don't just think differently from poor people, they think differently from rich people, operating on what I call the invisible success frequency that transcends all conventional wealth-building wisdom? Tonight, you're going to discover the ultra-high frequency that separates the 0.1% from everyone else, why ordinary success principles actually prevent access to this elite level of thinking, and how to calibrate your mind to operate on the same frequency as the world's most powerful wealth creators. But first, let me take you inside the moment when one man discovered the invisible frequency that would make him the richest person on Earth, the Berkshire basement revelation. It was 1965, and Warren Buffett was sitting in the basement of Berkshire Hathaway, surrounded by financial statements from what most people considered a failing textile company. At 35, Buffett was already wealthy by conventional standards, but he was about to make a discovery that would separate him from every other investor on the planet. While other wealthy investors were focused on picking stocks and timing markets, Buffett experienced what he would later call the frequency shift, the moment when he stopped thinking like a rich person and started thinking like a 0.1% billionaire. The shift wasn't about finding better investments or working harder. It was about accessing what Napoleon Hill called the invisible success frequency, a level of thinking so advanced that it operates beyond normal wealth creation principles. Buffett realized that while millionaires think in terms of money, the 0.1% think in terms of something far more powerful, the invisible systems that create and control money. While others were playing the game of wealth, Buffett discovered how to own the game itself. From that basement, Buffett didn't just build wealth, he built a money-creating machine so powerful that it generated billions automatically, regardless of market conditions, economic cycles, or his personal involvement. He had accessed the invisible success frequency. That frequency would make him not just rich, but one of the most powerful men on Earth. The science of invisible wealth creation. Through studying the ultra-wealthy, Hill discovered that the 0.1% operate on frequency principles that are completely invisible to ordinary rich people. Principle 1. System ownership versus wealth accumulation. While millionaires accumulate wealth, billionaires own the systems that create wealth automatically. Principle 2. Time independence versus time investment. While wealthy people invest time for money, the 0.1% create wealth that generates independently of their time. Principle 3. Reality programming versus market participation. While rich people participate in existing markets, the 0.1% program the reality that creates new markets. Principle 4. Leverage mastery versus resource management. While millionaires manage resources, billionaires create leverage that multiplies results exponentially. Principle 5. Invisible influence versus visible power. While wealthy people display power, the 0.1% operate through invisible influence that shapes entire systems. The 4 levels of success frequency. Hill identified 4 distinct frequency levels that separate different tiers of wealth creators. Level 1. Survival frequency. 99% of people, focused on earning money, managing expenses, and basic financial security. Level 2. Wealth building frequency. Top 10%, focused on accumulating assets, building businesses, and creating financial freedom. Level 3. Power frequency. Top 1%, focused on influence, market control, and systematic wealth generation. Level 4. Invisible success frequency. Top 0.1%, focused on reality programming, system ownership, and automatic wealth creation. Most people never progress beyond level 1. Many entrepreneurs reach level 2, some reach level 3, but only the ultra-elite access level 4, accessing the invisible success frequency. Warren Buffett, the master of invisible wealth systems. Buffett's transformation from wealthy investor to billionaire demonstrates perfect invisible success frequency access. Instead of just making money, Buffett learned to own the systems that create money automatically. Buffett's invisible frequency methods. System ownership strategy. Buffett stopped thinking about individual investments and started thinking about owning wealth creation systems. Business ownership versus stock trading. Owning entire companies rather than trading shares. Automatic wealth generation. Building systems that create money without his direct involvement. Compound system building. Creating systems that automatically reinvest and multiply wealth. Time independence mastery. Buffett created wealth generation that operates independently of his time. Investment systems. Building portfolios that generate wealth automatically. Management systems. Creating companies that operate successfully without his daily involvement. Knowledge systems, building wisdom that continues generating wealth beyond his lifetime. Reality programming capabilities, Buffett learned to program economic reality rather than just participate in it. Market influence, using his position to influence market conditions. Economic reality shaping, creating economic conditions that benefit his investments. Wealth system programming, designing financial systems that automatically generate billions. Your invisible frequency calibration. Week 1-2, frequency assessment. Identify your current success frequency level. Assess whether you're accumulating wealth or owning wealth systems. Evaluate your thinking patterns compared to 0.1% billionaires. Week 3-4, system thinking development. Begin thinking in terms of systems rather than individual opportunities. Develop automatic wealth generation rather than manual money-making. Focus on owning rather than earning. Bill Gates, the reality programming pioneer. Gates's transformation from software programmer to global influence architect demonstrates advanced invisible success frequency operation. Gates's reality programming system, market creation versus market participation. Gates didn't just participate in existing markets, he created entirely new realities, operating system monopoly, creating a system that every computer user must use, global standard setting, programming technological reality for billions of people, automatic revenue generation, building systems that generate billions without his involvement. Leverage amplification. Gates created leverage that multiplies results exponentially. Knowledge leverage, using software to multiply human capability globally. Network leverage, creating systems where every user increases the system's value. Time leverage, building technology that works automatically across billions of devices. Invisible influence mastery. Gates operates through influence that shapes entire civilizations. Technology influence, programming how billions of people interact with computers. Health system influence, reshaping global health systems through foundation work. Educational reality programming, influencing how education works globally. Jeff Bezos, the system monopoly creator. Bezos' creation of Amazon demonstrates how the 0.1% think in terms of owning entire economic ecosystems. Bezos' system monopoly strategy, infrastructure ownership. Bezos focused on owning the infrastructure that other businesses depend on. Logistics systems, owning the delivery infrastructure for global commerce. Cloud computing systems, owning the technological infrastructure for most internet companies. Data systems, owning the customer data that drives modern commerce. Automatic scaling systems. Bezos built systems that automatically scale wealth generation. Network effect amplification, creating systems where more users automatically create more value. Platform economics, building platforms where others create wealth that Amazon automatically captures. Systematic market domination, using data and infrastructure to automatically dominate new markets. Future reality programming, Bezos programs future economic reality. Commerce evolution, defining how future buying and selling will work. Space economy creation, programming the economic reality of space commercialization. Artificial intelligence integration, shaping how AI will integrate into commercial systems. Elon Musk, the multi-system reality architect. Musk's simultaneous operation across multiple industries demonstrates the highest level of invisible success frequency operation. Musk's multi-system architecture, industry reality reprogramming. Musk doesn't just build companies, he reprograms entire industries. Transportation revolution, programming the future of how people and goods move. Energy system transformation, reprogramming global energy production and consumption. Space economy creation, programming the economic reality of multi-planetary civilization. Cross-system leverage, Musk creates leverage across multiple systems simultaneously. Trends technology cross-pollination, using innovations from one industry to dominate others. Talent system building, creating educational and talent development systems. Capital system mastery, using success in one area to automatically fund others. Civilization-level programming. Musk operates on a frequency that programs civilization itself. Winuepitifies making decisions based on human species survival and advancement. Planet-level systems, building systems that operate on planetary and interplanetary scales. Century-level planning, creating systems designed to operate for hundreds of years. The invisible success principles. Principle 1. Think in systems, not opportunities. While ordinary wealthy people see individual opportunities, the 0.1% design systems that automatically generate unlimited opportunities. Principle 2. Own the game, don't play the game. Rather than becoming better players, the 0.1% create and own the games that others must play. Principle 3. Program reality, don't adapt to reality. Instead of adapting to existing conditions, The 0.1% create the conditions that others must adapt to. Principle 4. Build automatic wealth. Don't work for wealth. The 0.1% create systems that generate wealth automatically, rather than trading time or effort for money. Principle 5. Shape civilization. Don't just succeed within it. The ultra-wealthy don't just succeed within existing civilization, they shape what civilization becomes. The Daily Invisible Frequency Protocol. Morning frequency calibration, 30 minutes. System thinking activation. Review wealth generation systems, rather than individual opportunities. Reality programming review. Consider how to shape conditions rather than adapt to them. Leverage assessment. Identify opportunities to multiply results. Automatic civilization impact planning. Consider the long-term impact of current decisions. Midday frequency maintenance, 15 minutes. System status check. Evaluate the performance of automatic wealth generation systems. Reality programming adjustment. Assess and adjust efforts to shape conditions. Leverage optimization. Look for ways to increase automatic multiplication. Network effect review. Consider how current actions create expanding influence. Evening frequency integration, 20 minutes. System building review. Analyze progress toward building automatic wealth systems. Reality programming assessment. Evaluate success in shaping rather than adapting. Leverage results analysis. Review the automatic multiplication created today. Tomorrow's frequency planning. Prepare to operate on invisible frequency tomorrow. Advanced invisible frequency techniques. The Buffett method. Value system monopolization. Identify undervalued systems rather than undervalued assets. Build monopolistic control over wealth generation systems. Create automatic compound wealth generation. The Gates Protocol. Standard setting dominant. Create systems that become universal standards. Build automatic revenue from universal adoption. Program technological reality for maximum leverage. The Bezos system. Infrastructure ownership.
Own the infrastructure that others must use. Create automatic wealth from others' activities. Build monopolistic control over essential systems. The Musk technique, multi-industry reality programming. Operate simultaneously across multiple systems. Use success in one area to automatically dominate others. Program civilization-level change for maximum impact. The 0.1% wealth laws. Law 1. The law of system supremacy. Systems are more powerful than individuals. Those who own wealth creation systems will always dominate those who only work within systems. Law 2. The law of automatic multiplication. True wealth comes from systems that automatically multiply results without proportional increases in effort or time. Law 3. The law of reality programming. Those who create the conditions that others must adapt to will always be more powerful than those who adapt to existing conditions. Law 4. The law of infrastructure dominance. Owning the infrastructure that others depend on creates automatic wealth from their activities. Law 5. The law of civilization shaping. The ultimate wealth comes from shaping what civilization becomes, rather than just succeeding within existing civilization. Your invisible frequency transformation. Most people will hear about the invisible success frequency and think it sounds impossible to access. Some will try to apply these principles while still thinking like millionaires rather than billionaires. A few will make the complete mental transformation to 0.1% thinking and will discover that the invisible frequency creates automatic wealth beyond their wildest dreams. The choice is simple but profound. Will you continue thinking like someone trying to get rich, or will you start thinking like someone who owns the systems that create wealth automatically? The 0.1% don't work harder than millionaires, they don't work longer hours, they don't have better work ethics, they simply operate on a frequency that automatically generates results that manual effort can never achieve. Buffett doesn't work harder than other investors, he owns the systems that make investing unnecessary. Gates doesn't work harder than other programmers, he owns the systems that make programming automatic. Bezos doesn't work harder than other retailers, he owns the systems that make commerce automatic. Musk doesn't work harder than other entrepreneurs, he owns the systems that make innovation systematic. Your frequency ascension begins now. If this message has revealed the invisible frequency that separates the 0.1% from everyone else, if you're ready to stop thinking like someone accumulating wealth and start thinking like someone owning wealth systems, if you're finally ready to access the invisible success frequency that creates automatic billion-dollar results, then I need you to take action immediately. Like this video if you're ready to calibrate to the invisible success frequency. Subscribe to this channel if you want ongoing training in 0.1% billionaire thinking. Comment below and declare I access the invisible success frequency. I think in systems, I own the game. Share this message with someone ready to transcend ordinary wealth thinking. When you help others access the invisible frequency, you strengthen your own billionaire calibration. Remember, every moment you think like a millionaire is a moment you delay accessing billionaire frequency.
Every moment you think in terms of systems rather than opportunities is a moment you move closer to the 0.1%. The invisible frequency is not reserved for special people. It's available to anyone willing to transcend ordinary success thinking and operate on the same level as the world's most powerful wealth creators. Buffett accessed it from a basement in Omaha. Gates accessed it from a garage in Seattle. Bezos accessed it from a warehouse in Bellevue. Musk accesses it from factories around the world. The frequency is waiting. The systems are ready to be built. The reality is ready to be programmed. Access the invisible frequency. Build the automatic systems. Own the game. Your billionaire transformation begins with your next thought about wealth. Choose systems over opportunities. Choose automatic over manual. Choose the invisible frequency that creates impossible results. The 0.1% frequency is calling. Will you answer?